I don't think we're ever gonna beat the KSR mouthpiece allegations, but to their point, they put out a lot of content, and they put out a lot of content that we like to discuss. And Matt Jones over at KSR was talking about, some off-season stuff and looking up to this upcoming season, doing a couple things there. I highly recommend everyone heads over to KSR to his page and checks out the full kind of breakdown that he has. But he said one interesting tidbit that I want to discuss with you today, Riley. And he says that he thinks that Jaland Lowe is going to be the leading scorer for Kentucky this season. That's the leading scorer over Otega Oweh, the maybe the All-American. Actually, no, the All-American candidate, possibly SEC Player of the Year, possibly like first team All-American, playing as well as he does. Now, he did go on to say some certain things like, argue who's going to be the best player, but Jaland Lowe is going to lead this team in scoring. Riley, I'll throw it to you first on what are your thoughts on this because I mean, I'll get to my full breakdown, but quite frankly, no, no.
Yeah,
Otega Oweh
I
will lead this team in scoring. Let's not do this.
I think Lowe for Kentucky to be at its best, I need Lowe to be no higher than the third leading scorer. I I think there's a world where Lowe is really impactful. I did a video on this last week for the top SEC storyline on Kentucky and their roster. I believe he should be most comfortable in that third guard role in the pecking order in terms of Oweh first, then Aberdeen, then Lowe. And I think he's a really gifted passer. He's got a good he's quick and twitchy. He can get into the paint and he should set up whether it's Malachi Marino, whether it's Brandon Garrison, whether it's Jaden Quaintance, who however that, minute share shakes out depending on Quaintance's health, should set gosh. Apologies, Kentucky fans.
Hey, we're all good.
He should set all of those 5 men up with really easy looks at the basket. He's a great lob thrower, but I don't really trust him as your go-to option on offense because he lacks some of that explosiveness. He lacks some of that athleticism to finish around the rim. He's skinny. He's not very strong. He's not super tall. Like he's a decent shooter off the dribble. I think he had to do much at Pitt last year because there was truly no shot creators around him. But the numbers are what the numbers are. He's been below 40% from the field both years of college. He shot under 27% from three last year. He's the one who I'm looking at. Like, your life is going to be made much easier by the gravity that Oweh commands. Aberdeen, at worst, I think is a 9 point per game scorer in the SEC. Like, I think his ceiling is way higher than Lowe's. I don't know. I know that Pope likes to do a more egalitarian approach with his minutes. At least he did last year, to where there's going to be a lot of guards who play. So maybe if they're all averaging 12 points a game and Lowe is at 12 and a half or so, I'm not even going to entertain that. I don't think there's any world where Lowe leads this team in scoring.
Yeah, also, like, if they did an anonymous poll asking everyone around the program who they want to lead the team in scoring, the only person I would say Low is Low.
Yeah.
Respectfully. Like, I don't know what's that movie where that one, like, astronaut's, like, hitting the window, like, trying to tell the guy, like, in the past, like, no, no, don't do that. Like,
Interstellar, isn't it?
is that what it is? Yeah, like, I would
Or The
be, if I looked
Martian.
into the future and I saw Jalan Lowe as the lead scorer, I'd be like, no, no, no. Like, you don't want that. And this is not to say that Jalan Lowe is not going to be good, right? I think to your point, there's like a middle ground here. Like, if Jalan Lowe is efficient, runs the team well, and is the second leading scorer on this team, that's fine, right? But I think something went wrong if he's your leading scorer. I think if he's your leading scorer, I think it inherently will be an inefficient leading scorer. And also, like, you want to know what a Jalan Lowe leading scorer team looks like?
A 17 and 15 squad that quit in late January.
Yeah, it looks like Pitt. This ain't Pitt. And look, I understand, Jalan Lowe, you want him to be good. He will be good. Like, I'm actually like, I feel like sometimes we come across on this channel like we don't think Jalan Lowe is going to be good. I think he is going to be good. But I want him to be good to be what he is, right? Like, let's not go to Otega Oweh is still here. Otega
Yeah.
Oweh is also back. Otega Oweh came back for a reason. You want Otega Oweh to be your leading scorer. I guess I'll end with this percentage chance that Jalan Lowe leads this team in scoring, and also is this Kentucky team good if Jalan Lowe leads them in scoring?
2% chance and no.
And Jalen Lowe,
Like,
sorry, I don't know why I keep saying Jalan all the time. Jalen Lowe, my apologies.
it's all good. It's a common mistake. Yeah, I think you're spot on by saying we saw what the Jalen Lowe show looks like. It was Pitt last year. They were terrible. That team was a train wreck. He took so many tough shots. And I know this is coming across overly negative, so I want to reemphasize. I think he's a really good floor general who should thrive when he's playing off of others instead of I don't even remember who was on Pitt last year. The Guillermo Diaz twins, and they had some freshman, Brandon something. His last name is slipping me, but he was like he had some moments for them. Zach Austin was another one who was halfway decent, but that team was so bad. And yeah, I just would rather see Lowe pick his spots as opposed to having to do everything. And when you look at the way Pope runs his offense, and it remains to be seen if we'll see him repeat what they had with Amari Williams last year, who was initiating the offense a ton. And you had guys like Kobe Bryant coming off of screens and guys coming off of zoom action, all of that. Excuse me, I guess rather running a zoom action. But
Hmm.
yeah, like I don't know if it's going to look one for one like that, but I think the approach here should be much more team driven than what Lowe was at Pitt. Which again, I'll add this caveat too. Pope is going to script a lot more easy looks for Jaland Lowe than Jeff Capel ever did. So that will work in his wheelhouse to get some efficiency. But yeah, I just don't see any world where this is like the Jaland Lowe show where it's clear out for him and let him do everything.
Yeah. Ortega Showway greater than Jalen Show. Thank you for tuning into this segment. Let's let Ortega lead the team in scoring. Let's keep it that way.